That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Most of you guys know there is a live action He-Man movie coming, shooting as we speak. Actually, they might have even wrapped production recently, if I heard right. I might be wrong about that part, but at the very minimum, it's in production, maybe getting close to finishing production, and it's coming. Now, at CinemaCon, they showed us some never before seen concept art of the characters that are going to be in the movie, beside an original animated look of those characters, beside what the actual characters look like. And look, I don't know if the movie's going to be good or not. I have no idea. I have some hope for it because Travis Knight, the director of Kubo and the Two Strings and Bumblebee, have directed, which is still the best Transformers movie, is directing it. So I have some hope for it. But whether it's good or not, the one thing nobody's going to be able to dispute is, my God, they're making the characters look like they look like in the 80s cartoon. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is going to be up for everybody to discuss, but they are absolutely making them look the way they look in the cartoon. I don't necessarily think that's an important thing, but to some people it is. And now we get our first look at Camila Mendes from Riverdale, who's of course playing Teela in her Teela outfit on set, running around with Nicholas Galantine. I don't know, however you pronounce his name. Galentine's Day. That's who he's going to be to me. He's Galentine's Day. Walking around as Adam. We see a bunch of shots of her running around in action. Again, we'll go back to the bigger images there on top. But you got one of those images of the original Teela look? And go from that back to the a little. No, I was going to say a little less skin, not a lot less skin.
It's more reminiscent of like the Netflix Teela.
It's pretty close though.
Design.
Right. You're right. It is close.
It's a mismatch of both. I actually like what I'm seeing right now.
They even got the collar going.
They just got to do a little bit more on the coloring, or like the footage where it doesn't look like a cosplay.
Now, of course, Camilla's costume doesn't have the boob horns that are on the.
So this is the Netflix version,
right? So it looks like an amalgamation of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Definitely. They should lose the boob horns. We don't need those. But like that. But listen, I'm telling you,
those boobs are horny.
Wait till you start seeing like Manny faces and stuff like that. It's gonna.
Dude, Man at Arms.
Arms.
Idris Elba is Man at Arms. That is dope. And I wanted to say that, Guy Dias, one of the nicest guys in the world. He was the production designer on like X2, Superman Returns, Christopher Nolan's Inception.
Right.
He is the production designer on this movie. And I can't imagine a better combination of I'm sure Travis Knight and Guy Dias are having the best time. And I kind of know Guy a little bit. And he did say Battle Cat in the movie.
Battle
Cat's in the movie.
Heck yeah.
And so I think, and you see a lot of that behind the scenes, they haven't released it, but that behind the scenes video they showed us look, who cares about a Masters of the Universe movie? I care now. After seeing that behind the scenes footage, the Eternia stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
The production
the
design
stuff looked really good.
The production design work. I mean, they didn't show us like the landscape of Eternia. It was all interior sets. They were on sets. But the design work was lush. I mean, it was gorgeous. It looked amazing. And it was the sorceress costume. They showed us the sorceress costume.
They did.
That costume was dope. I mean, it looked right out of the... And look, I was a little old for He-Man, but I did, the toys were cool. I mean, I know the toys, and I just thought the imagery look, as a fantasy film fan, something that I thought was whatever, that's for the people that are fans. I got interested in it as an older fan of genre cinema. I'm like, oh,
that's right,
they're making a full-on, the same way that I enjoyed Dungeons and Dragons, this looked to me, there's no expense spared here. This is a lush, huge science fiction fantasy epic, and I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
gotta say, I'm super interested in film. Now, I honestly, again, other than Travis Knight is directing it, which does give me some hope. I really have no idea if this movie's going to be any good or not, but it is looking pretty interesting.
I think though that Travis Knight, based on something like Kubo and the Two Strings and Bumblebee, I don't think there's a better director who has the proper sensibility that understands what the concept was from the beginning, and then also how to make it into a movie that's palatable for an audience that is not just kids. I think he's going to really make a really fun, epic fantasy film that has more along. I don't want to say Dungeons and Dragons because it didn't make money, but if you get something like that's the sensibility that he showed us in Bumblebee,
Right.
add that to fantasy, epic fantasy, and I think that's what we're going to get. And I'm excited for it, dude.
And despite if you liked what you've seen or not, like Travis Knight seems to have like that little bit of love and care into this property, like he did with the Bumblebee movie. You could see that he knew a little bit more about the property or cared a little bit more about the property than any regular director would taking on a franchise.
Well, he actually gave heart to it. There was actual heart in that.
He's not some director for hire.
Right.
He's injecting, he's the kind of guy you want to direct these IPs because he's going to take it and go, you know what? This isn't just an assignment. You know, he hasn't directed a lot of feature films. He's directed is this his second live action feature?
After
Bumblebee?
Kubo was animated.
Yeah.
This is his second live action.
I mean, and he started Leica Studios. I mean, this guy's a believer, and that's what you want. I mean, that's for that. And so is Guy Dias, by the way, production designer. Believers, man. These are guys that are going to inject everything with thought. I'm excited for this movie.
Yeah, me too.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. What a great time to be a sports fan. Basketball playoffs are on. Hockey playoffs are on. It is the perfect time to jump into the action with PrizePicks, the easiest and most fun way to turn your sports knowledge into real winnings. PrizePicks is daily fantasy made really simple. Just pick more or less on a few player projections, like points, assists, goals, and you can win up to 2,000 times your money. For example, this week I've got Jalen Brunson for more than 24.5 points, or Jason Tatum for more than 6.5 rebounds. I love how fast and easy it is to lock in a lineup in just under a minute. Plus, they've got a couple of weekly features, like, for example, Flex Friday. If your lineup doesn't win, you get your net losses back in promo funds. And every Tuesday, check out Taco Tuesday for discounted player projections up to 25% off. So download the app today and use the code Campea to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Campea to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? We got our first look at Teela in the upcoming He-Man movie. Listen, the designs are going to be great. I don't know if the movie's going to be, but the designs are probably going to be great. I like the look of it. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.